I know. That's good timing. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Solar Sidekicks. My name's Pat Southwell. I am the co-host with Lauren O'Neill. How are you, Loz? Jeez, I butchered that, didn't I? My God.
So I'm just going to apologise to everyone for my co-host, Pat. He's just having a moment. He can't say my name. He didn't press play, and I'm getting that out early. And
Didn't press record.
Didn't press record. And I'm also going to throw you under the bus here because when he went for a loo break before, he asked if I pressed a button on there, and I said absolutely not, and he didn't believe me, and I reckon he did press it. So
I reckon I did. Well,
I reckon you're losing it.
No, we're going to see because there'll be evidence in the video, so we can see.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, all right. Let's acknowledge the traditional landowners where we're recording this today. We're here at Solar and Storage Live in Brisbane Convention Centre. Doing a few podcasts here today.
Yeah.
You've knocked me way off my game at the moment. Yeah.
It's not your first rodeo, but maybe
No, it's not. I know it's not. It's the shack effect.
Oh,
All right. All right. We've got a couple of guests here that are just waiting patiently while we just banter away.
Yeah.
Our guests, we've got from from MC Electrical, Mark Kavanagh and Yorick. Mark, welcome to the podcast, guys.
Thanks, Pat. Good to be here.
Take two.
Take two.
Take two.
I'm gonna say it again. Very privileged to meet you both.
They say me a lot. It's good to be true in the flesh, and obviously Pat caught up a few times already.
Yeah. We always have a chat when we catch up usually at conferences and that sort of stuff. Always good chats, and I think I've mentioned on a few podcasts. I think I met you, Mark, at a gala event or something. 2013, we sat next to each other.
Yeah. Long time ago now.
Yeah, I know. Things have changed.
Yeah, we were both young, a lot younger.
Yeah, exactly. How things have changed. Oh, very good. So we've got you guys both together. You've both done your own separate podcast before, and now we've both got you on together because we've got 4 mics and 4 headphones.
Yep.
So yeah, it's the dream. The dream is alive, well and truly alive. Yeah. So got both of yous on. I'm really looking forward to this episode. A lot of stuff been happening lately. You guys have been up to your old tricks, doing a lot of testing and that sort of stuff. I'm just gonna. I reckon I'm not going to be able to grab the mic much in this one because you two are going to nerd out a bit of stuff. Yeah, it's going to be good.
Just sit back, let you guys take over.
Yeah. Well, do you guys want to tell us a little bit about what you've been up to this year? So you've had a pretty big January or a big year so far.
Yeah, so we went to China in January.
Yep.
I had a big year. I was in New Zealand for 2 weeks and came back for 2 days and went to China for the rest of it.
Oh my God.
Wow.
2 days in the business.
But it was a whirlwind trip. So we ended up speaking to not only Solax, Fox ESS, REPT, Sungrow, Canadian Solar. Did I miss one? It was like within 8 days.
Yeah.
All factory tours?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Wow. And what areas of China, were they all kind of together?
Kind of around Shanghai. We didn't go into Shanghai, but sort of south and west of Shanghai.
So like Guangzhou, Hangzhou, Hefei, sort of that part of.
You're just saying words there. I actually don't know many of these cities.
I'm mesmerised. I want to hear it.
Yeah, I'm really interested to hear a lot of this. What'd you go for? What's the point of your trip?
Well, the whole high-speed rail. That was a lot we went. I think we've done high-speed rail multiple times. It was really to learn and just see what these different brands sort of have to offer. And obviously we've done a few different videos now, and it's really about understanding what makes a good quality battery.
So, is that your mission statement? Like you want to work that out? Is that what it is? Is that why you did these trips?
Yeah, kind of. So this one, Solax invited us.
Oh, yeah.
And we just called up a bunch of other...
Tacked on a few others. Yeah, there you go.
That is so clever.
Hey, that sounds like me doing my inspections on holiday.
Yeah, pretty much.
Same thing. Yeah.
Everyone does it.
Yeah, got the dog in the back and... No, that's cool. All right, so Solax invited you. Okay. Interesting. Have you guys done much Solax before? You don't really...
No.
You haven't done any, have you?
We've got one coming up that we're doing to test. So...
Right.
Yeah, when you said what's our mission or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's that fancy, but...
No, fair enough.
We're trying to go through one of each major battery and test them, install them. You know, because inverters, in the past, I could test inverters and I'd buy one because they're not that expensive and you can test it in my lab, in my warehouse or whatever. You can't do that with batteries, so we're installing it for friends or good customers or whatever it might be.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mother-in-laws.
yeah, old bosses and stuff like that.
But yeah, I suppose you're pretty limited by being able to do that, aren't you? Like, it's not like you're doing it in a lab. It's actually someone's home.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, but if you've got a good customer or a friend or your mother-in-law, you just go around and do whatever you want.
Are you prefacing? Are you telling them that you will be pushing this thing to the limits?
Yeah, well, this is it. I was wondering that. Like, so what is that because you don't like your mother-in-law?
What my partner would say, I like my mother-in-law. Yeah, no, we did the Anchor battery for her, and you did a iStore inverter.
iStore for my mother-in-law, yeah. But yeah, and then we've done Solax. Solax coming. SHA was one for our apprentice, and that was bad luck for him. So.
And the house is burnt down.
Keep an eye out for that video. That's coming out soon. Very interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
We've also got a ESA, so a 3-phase GoodWe online coming out for
right.
Parts.
Yep.
Thinking we've done. We've got
Sig Energy, obviously.
Yep.
Yep.
Got a couple of sun growers in the works for customers. They're not direct family or friends, but both our customers. But they are aware that we want to do it as a test system. But yeah, look, it's really interesting to see what products are on the market and how they compare. The way I sort of see it is there's sort of two main categories. There's high voltage batteries, so we see this like with Proteus, Solax box. These are all high voltage battery systems, and then we have the DC to DC converter low voltage battery modules like Sig Energy, which is I think the most famous, but Anchor, iStore, I think what else, ESA, but we.
And then there's Franklin and Tesla. That's in between.
Yeah,
medium voltage. So yeah.
So
are they medium voltage? Are they? I didn't know that because I suppose what are they 290? No, so I don't actually know. I don't really because I don't look at that part of it.
Power's 80 volts stepped up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 80 volts.
Yeah. I think Franklin's 50, something like that.
So
50 or 80 or something like that. Yeah.
Exceed DVCA, does it? So that's over 60. It's interesting. I'll look into this. I didn't know that. I didn't really know that. Okay, good to know. Good to know. All right, cool. So,
but it's really obvious on the round trip efficiency testing we've been doing. So this is something we've been bringing up in all the videos. And look, to be fair, Mark has been quite focused on that side of things. But yeah, there is a real clear distinction where, especially when you're looking at slow discharge for just trickle usage overnight, fridges, TVs. Not cranking the aircon or dumping it into the grid for a virtual power plant. There is quite a noticeable jump in the efficiency from a low voltage battery module to a high voltage battery module, and I think it's because there is a loss in both the DC to AC conversion, but there is that extra loss in that DC to DC conversion.
So they're less efficient. DC to DC, you will get lower efficiencies pretty much across the board.
Pretty much across the board, and it's very consistent. So it's
is that right? Would you be prepared to put like a rough percentage on that, like difference in efficiency?
20% difference.
20%. There you go.
20% on the slow charge, so it goes from 80% efficiency on a slow voltage battery.
Slow discharge. So fast charge, slow discharge.
Yeah. Sorry, what did I say? Yeah.
Okay. And that makes a difference whether the speed you are discharging. That makes a difference in the efficiency?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Because we're outside of the operating range of that inverter. So there's sort of what we would call it as sort of the what percentage of the inverter capacity we're using. So if we're sitting at say 10% or 5% of the inverter's operating range, we see a much lower efficiency compared to if it's running close to 80 or 90% or even 100%. So I mean, there is a sort of a minimum running cost of the inverter, so there's all the power electronics there. So if you've got a really large, say 30 kilowatt 3-phase inverter, but then you're only pulling 300 watts out of it, that's 1% of its operating capacity.
Yep.
That's very inefficient. But that's often how these things are being used unless they're connected to a virtual power plant or something like that.
Right.
Really got quite close. We got.
What do you reckon, Lost?
I'm a bit shook. I'm a bit taken back.
Yeah, I know. That's cool. Just before we go too much further, have you guys done much testing in regards to how batteries behave when they are connected to a VPP and like what degradation would mean when you connect to a VPP and you're handing over control and they just hammer your battery up and down when the hell they want? Like, have you guys looked at that?
We haven't necessarily done testing, but probably rather than the efficiency loss that Yorick is talking about, I think you have the same. The different issue or the side-by-side issue with that is the heat that you're generating with that efficiency loss.
Right.
So when you're when you've got these DC to DC converter systems that you're fast discharging on VPPs, you're heating up that DC to DC converter right next to the battery, and that inverter or electric blanket sitting on top of the battery. So, yeah, I think that is way more concerning with those systems than it would be with a high voltage system with a separate inverter.
And I noticed this in the Anchor as well. I mean, look, we don't want to just say pick on one particular brand that we've noticed, but I mean, we've seen this in multiple brands that are using this type of architecture. It gets hot to the touch, like almost the point where you don't want to hold your hand on it, and that's
where's that?
Right from the DC to DC converter segment, but it's been integrated into the battery, so there might be
on the right hand side of the battery module.
There you go.
It's just very interesting to see how this is operating.
Okay, cool. So do you want to run us through like what was involved? Like, did you do when you went to each different factory or each different manufacturer? Did you just did you have an itinerary? Did you have a run sheet? Were you guided by them? Were they guided by you as far as when you went and looked around? Or was it different for each manufacturer?
It was different. Yeah. Solex was a group of 100 of us, so that was a bit of a whirlwind tour.
Okay, yep, so you're there, with a whole lot of others.
Yeah, and then when we went down to Fox, that was potentially probably one of the best ones. We spent 3 hours one Sunday night with 3 of the top engineers.
Cool.
It out. So,
Wow.
and then, but we sort of followed them around. They opened the doors to everything. It felt like it was awesome.
And they knew what you guys do? They all knew, they were all... came in eyes wide open?
Yeah.
And you guys were transparent? Yeah, great. No, of course not. No, we're hiding everything. Had little cameras everywhere and body cams and...
I think that's like talking... I mean, yes, the factory tour was really good, and obviously they wined and dined us, and, that's part of the process, but definitely the highlight for us was sitting down with the engineers for 3 hours, and we were about 2 hours in. We're thinking, it's getting pretty late, it's Sunday, we should probably wrap up. And Mark and I were trying very politely go, look, thank you very much for your time, we'll move on. And they just wanted to keep talking. And the thing is, we thought we were taking up all of their time, and they were wanting to wrap up. And
you need to charge a consultancy rate to them.
I told my brother that, who works for the opposition leader for Queensland, opposition energy minister.
Yeah, right.
So, do we need him? You don't need him.
But no, it is interesting.
Anyone that you just were completely taken back by?
Yes,
Sungrow, I think.
In a positive way, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Sungrow.
Why is that? What did they offer, or what was it? What was it about them that blew you away?
Like, I think their testing labs. First, the cleanliness of their manufacturing facility.
Always a big thing, isn't it? I think I've heard you talk about this before.
You pick it up straight away, though. It's the first thing you see. You see the tech.
Yeah.
You don't really see how it works yet, but and then you see the factory.
Yeah, and most Chinese factories I've been to are kind of, concrete floors and whitewashed walls sort of thing. And a lot of people on the lines, where Sungrow was like, it was massive, but it was all out of a brochure sort of thing, it felt like
it felt like a hospital. It was just absolutely spotless, and everything was meticulous, and where things would go. They obviously have a very high level of quality control, but it wasn't.
Wow, that's right. Sungrow got really high. Yeah, that's cool. That's good to know.
And their testing, they just kept on taking us around different testing facilities, and it was just off the charts. It was insane.
Wow,
that's what I'm going to say is they have a testing factory. I mean, like, let's say we went to Solax, almost that whole facility for Solax was basically the size of Sungrow's testing facility. It was like, it's at that scale. It was phenomenal.
That's cool.
They're massive.
Yeah,
like it's almost a bit confronting here, and you mention all those brands at the start, and I just think, I don't even know how long Solax has been around for, but you just never would have heard their name 4 or 5 years ago.
Who's Solax?
Solax.
I disagree with that, but I thought that before we went there. They've been around. They've been in Australia since like 2014 or something.
I understand 2012.
And they got a bad rap.
Yeah, they used to install, like TBS used to install.
Exactly, and that's why they got a bad rap.
They were saying shit.
If I hear TBS one more time.
Yeah, and they got a bad rap from bad installers. Which is the rookie mistake from every new product that comes out.
Yeah, of course.
But I think they're a serious product.
Yeah.
Not the cream of the crop, but they're a good product.
So I got a question about Solax, right? And I've been banging on about this a little bit. do they see Australia as a really big and significant market?
I think so.
You
I feel
do?
like they talk us.
Okay, no, that's good to know. Good to know.
What
Reason-
makes you ask that?
Oh, it's because I feel like the way some of the things they've done with their products, they're not installer friendly. They're just making things difficult for the installer.
Yeah, right.
Sure.
For example, and they're only two kind of small things, but it's passing the buck to the installer. So the overprotection device on their battery is 100 amps or 80 amps, all right? And they give you like
Yeah, I saw that because we just
they give you a 6 mil cable, all right? Now you're going to get more than, normally a 6 mil, I don't know. I don't have AS3008 off the top of my head, but, normally a 6 mil, you'd get around 40 amps or whatever, right? Now you're going to get more than that because it's the type of cable that you've got. It's not going to be 80 though. Might be 60 or something like that. It's definitely not going to be 80. So that just means that...
But they have cables in there because I just opened a box up the other day with inline fuses in them.
Yeah.
DC cables, and I needed to call a friend and see that. So,
To be fair, we haven't installed one yet. We've only
No, that's okay. No, that's okay. Yeah, and that's one of the things I'm getting clarity on at the moment. You need to needs to be able, overprotection device needs to be able to interrupt the positive and negative conductors. So
Every tested.
So
yeah.
hold fire on that.
So you haven't installed
The way-
it yet?
no.
Yeah, so Ryan, my ops manager, is installing this one for his mate. So, and my plumber plugging the fast. So,
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah, so, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. No, I just thought that was just worth mentioning, just because I've seen a lot of it, and I've seen a lot of my installers that I inspect for down in Melbourne, and a few of them have been caught out by that in particular. And I pick it up and go, yeah, you got to.
So what do you do with that then?
You got to put an extra breaker in.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Okay.
So you got to put like a 50 amp breaker or something like that in it.
With some 10 mil cable to it or something.
No, not necessarily. You can keep the 6 as long as you put a 50 amp breaker on it. So you just need
to that
cable.
cable breaker.
No, as long as it's no, that's okay.
Oh, right.
It's because you're currently limiting what can be go in and out of that breaker.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So that's okay. That's fine. Yeah. Anyway, I just thought to sort of throw that in as my little observation, because that's I feel like maybe with some of their R&D, some of these companies, they don't see a lot of that, and that's my wheelhouse, right? Installing and inspections and that. I feel like a lot of that isn't considered. Maybe a bit of feedback next time you go over.
Yeah.
Well, it is interesting because when we were speaking to Huawei,
Yeah.
the trip before, we were having feedback to them, and it really just comes down, to do we have to do this change to be compliant?
They are asking that, were they?
I don't like when those questions start coming out. Installers ask them as well.
Yeah. So we were talking a lot about the mechanical protection on the DC cables between the battery and the inverter module.
Yeah.
And we're trying to convince Huawei, look, we actually do need a mechanical protection for that DC cable.
Yeah.
Yeah. How often are you picking that up?
A lot. I don't know on a Huawei, because I'm not really seeing many Huaweis at the moment.
Yeah.
No, I'm seeing that a lot. Yeah, no, I definitely see it a fair bit where they just don't bother. It's usually at the plugs.
Yep.
Where they just keep it exposed.
Yeah, right.
And they'll keep it a little bit exposed before they go in, like you would on solar, because you can do it on solar. You're allowed to have 300 mil exposed. You can't do it with a battery.
Short circuit current on solar. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. So, but you need to give mechanical protection, or actually, it was you, I think, told me about this. There's an appendix in 3000 where it doesn't actually necessarily need mechanical protection, but you need to make sure you can't get to it. And there's appendix.
Yeah, WSX 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, well, that's what. Yeah, that's right. It's exactly.
That was very interesting because we were with BYD.
This is where I went talking to Mark about this.
Yeah, where we actually were helping BYD design their DC input protector specifically for the HVS battery stacks.
Yeah, that's where we're seeing a lot of it. BYD. That's where a lot of this kind of started.
Yeah,
but see, that's funny you say it's BYD, because I think it started with BYD because quality installers that install BYD are going, what the heck is this crap?
Yeah.
But every other inverter on the market
has got a DC plug.
Got MC4 plugs in the bottom. Like Fronius is the only one, one of the few that you go internal. So I'm surprised it's not just about every inverter. Almost every inverter that has that problem.
It doesn't help that BYD also changed their BMU just suddenly without any notice.
That was the thing, wasn't it? Yeah. Interesting. Oh, geez, we're really nerding out here, Lauren.
I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, I know. I can tell you are. It's good. It's really good.
I'm learning a few things.
Yeah. Let's get back to this China trip, right? So you mentioned, they sort of I suppose, generally guided you, or a bit of a mix, mainly with the way you sort of
Yeah, they
stuff?
took us around where
They took you around, yeah. No, that was good.
What we wanted to see too. So
Yep.
we did have a little bit of a say of like, we'd really be interested in doing eggs.
Yep.
And
Oh, well, let's sit down with the engineers as a request. We want to talk to some of your nerds. So, yeah.
Cool.
What questions are you asking them?
well, it depends who's asking the question.
It was a lot about the BMU and trying to understand how the battery management unit
Unit works.
works.
Yep.
Yeah, so going deep. And the design thought about how they make the battery, their gaps around it, voltages and all that.
Yep.
And why would you choose a high voltage battery architecture and you say smaller cells versus a low voltage battery architecture with really large cells? So that was really interesting. You get different answers from who you ask, but the sort of main consensus is smaller cells for high voltage is more expensive, but then big cells tend to be a lot more readily available and a lot cheaper per kilowatt hour.
Yep.
And that's, I think, why the industry's been moving a lot in that direction. And it does give you some flexibility, but it's not really for retrofitting like later down the track. It's really comes down to cost as far as I can tell.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. That's very interesting. So what do you reckon it's gonna move towards in the future? What, a cell price is gonna get cheaper?
Look, I think unfortunately, I think the industry is moving more towards the lower voltage with DC to DC converter because it is, I think, a lot easier for them to source large battery cells. You don't have as many of them, and they're being used in industrial and commercial size battery like solar farms where you've got shipping container size battery packs. But I do think for domestic high voltage with the smaller cells is realistically a better solution.
Okay.
What's your opinion?
Yeah, I think it'll just divide premiums, keep high voltage, more what people call many products premium, but more budget manufactured products are going to be that DC to DC converter.
Okay.
Voltage, Yeah, another obvious thing we talked about it. So we're talking about efficiency loss, which might not be the most important thing. Heat, which is just degrading things, and it's degrading batteries. But then putting DC to DC converters or optimizers, we know what goes wrong with optimizers, right? They
Just fry.
they pop, so
Another one down.
you can't see a product like that, lasting forever. Sort of like,
The other interesting we were asking about was the aerosol canisters. So sort of a hot topic a lot of customers are asking for now is the fire extinguisher.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And
You would have heard about that one.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
So I think it's very clever marketing, and Mark and I have slightly different opinions on this. Yeah, I think for a big shipping container sized battery, you need this
Of course.
But the reality is if these smaller battery packs, having a thermal runaway in them is, I think, very, very unlikely. But it's good to have it, but I reckon it's there more to meet their marketing.
Bit over the top you're in?
I reckon it's a bit over the top. But
What do you reckon, mate?
yeah, well, it was, who was it? The Fox guys that explained how they did a test and it does actually work, and explained it in ways that went over my head. But, at a sort of atomic level, that it does actually suppress a fire. So
it's good only to cause the temperature of the cells down. It's just to get it below that ignition temperature.
yeah, right. Okay, yeah, sure. So,
The other thing that did also interest me a lot was some battery manufacturers really compress the battery cells into the battery metal. But then again, a lot of the other ones we're looking at tend to use just basically a metal ratchet strap around the cells and then they have a lot of space around the cells internally in that module. And see, one of the things that really caught me by surprise was SPOPs, because they look really energy dense, but then you open it up, it's actually heaps of space around the cells. And we actually we asked the engineers in this conversation we had about why they had all the space, and they said, well, we could have made it more compact, and it would have been cheaper on materials, and it would have been cheaper for shipping, but it would become less safe. And I thought that was a really interesting answer, because that was not what I was expecting.
So they are thinking about shipping it, how safe it is. That's a huge consideration for them.
Yeah. It is
Interesting. What about?
Should be thinking that.
Yeah, I know.
Look at the battery uptake around the world.
Yeah, for sure.
It's got to come into some sort of decision making, shouldn't it?
Yeah. Did they speak at all about those type of decisions, like affecting or storage, and how safe it is to store? Was that spoken about at all?
what do you mean?
Let's go.
What do you mean by storage?
Oh, like whatever the makeup of the cells are, or whatever it is, makes it more or less dangerous or higher risk of, when they store it, of something happening.
Everything's LFP chemistry. It's all very thermally stable.
Yeah.
I think for shipping, they're shipped at usually 30% capacity. Now, there's in the warranty documentation, there's always comments about, okay, store them at temperatures no greater than, say, 40 degrees or 50 degrees.
Yep.
When we spoke to Sungrow, they were doing some testing about high temperature storage conditions and what would degrade the batteries, but they're not something we were discussing too much with them.
Yeah, fair enough. Very good. Great start. I think we need to go to a break before we just keep going on and on and on and on about all these batteries and stuff.
We love it.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, we'll go to our first break and we will be right back in just a few moments.
Tired of scrambling for CPD points at the last minute? With Southwell Solar Training, you can earn all 100 points for your accreditation without leaving home and without wasting time on boring, irrelevant courses. Our online training is practical, compliance-focused, and designed by industry pros who've actually been on the tools. Learn at your own pace, get your certificate instantly, and stay compliant without the stress. Check out the full course list now at southwellsolartraining.com.au and get your CPD the easy way.
All right, we're back, fellas. We've had a Kit Kat break.
Really good.
Take a break. Have a Kit Kat.
Not sponsored.
No. Although if they're thinking of it, do we want to be sponsored by
Kit Kat? Yeah.
Aren't they Nestle?
Yeah, but it kind of feels...
Are they pricks? Are Nestle pricks?
No, it feels good to eat,
Sure.
though. Like, you don't feel bad. You're like, I've earned this.
Yeah.
Worked hard. I'm going to take a break.
Yeah. Maybe you guys could do like a YouTube review on Kit Kats.
And baby formula in Africa and stuff like that.
That's the one I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Are they pricks? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't know if they're still doing that or not. That was like 30 years ago, I heard.
Yeah, but mud sticks, doesn't it? So
Talking about food reviews, I was thinking we should be doing a Sichuan style hot pot review.
Oh, yeah.
That's
You would have copped a few of them.
Yeah, what we eat when we go to China.
Oh, right. Oh, that's cool. Keeping on the China theme, I'm assuming it was in China. What about, was it Canadian? You went to their...
yeah.
To their, Canadian solar panels.
That was kind of a funny story. Should we tell the story about Canadian?
Uh-oh. Are we going to get sued?
No.
No, it was just really ironic. So every other manufacturer we went to, we don't use. And we called them up and they opened the doors and paid for transport, like a train down there even, and took us out to fancy dinners and, you don't expect
Wow.
but that's just what Chinese do.
Well, because they want us to sell their products.
And then, and then with Canadian, we spent about $100,000 a month. And it was like, yeah, you can get a taxi there.
Oh, stiff.
And we rock up. We had a really good tour. I'll tell you about the tour.
Yeah.
And then at the end, they're like, yeah, sorry, all we've got is water. And they offered us a bottle of water as we jumped in the cab and left. So,
Oh, my God.
Look, panel margins are tight. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows
Yeah, everyone's forgetting about panels these days, aren't they?
it was just funny. And so Tak, my apprentice, who's Malaysian Chinese, he was like, oh, so they're not Chinese. They really are Canadian.
Oh, that's good. That's gold.
We should threaten to sell another brand for a little while.
Yes, if they come crawling back, here's your plane ticket, accommodation, dinner on us.
Oh.
What's happening in the panel world?
Yeah, so the tour was really good. The lady that took us on the tour, her previous job was being a third-party inspector of solar panel factories, so she really knew.
Right up, Pat Sally.
Not really, not products. Not products.
So she really knew what she was talking about, and got to walk around, and I stole some samples off the ground at EVA and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah? Oh, that's all right, yeah.
But could answer all the questions that I sort of had burning about silicon and stuff like that. And what I'd noticed, and I was really surprised at, because I hadn't been to a panel factory since I think it was 2019.
All right. That's a while.
Yeah. And 6 or 7 years or whatever it is in manufacturing is a huge time in China. And I was really surprised at the level of automation, and was sort of saying that to her after the tour, is that I couldn't believe how automated it was compared to other factories that I've been to. I was just like, no, they're all like this now. She wasn't trying to brag the fact. But
yeah, just robots everywhere.
Yeah, it's just completely automated. Quite dark in the factory because there's hardly any people there. It's almost like a dark factory.
Yeah, right.
What do you think?
My first panel factory, I was really pleasantly surprised. I think we saw 5 people, and 2 of them were maintenance crews.
Wait, sorry, did you say it was your first panel factory? Yeah, okay, cool, sorry.
First panel factories. But yeah, there was, I think 5 people on the entire factory floor. 2 people were packing boxes.
Well,
2 people were loading up, one person was loading up a machine and 2 people were doing maintenance, and I think that was about it.
Wow.
I mean, they even had a machine picking up cables out of a box, and it wasn't all nicely ordered. It was literally just a bundle of like the EPC4 connectors and get connected into the panel. And they had a machine picking that up, building it down, and I thought, good. To program a machine to do that job must be a little bit complex, because, these aren't all nicely ordered
Of course.
in a box. So, I thought it was really impressive. Definitely had a distinctive panel manufacturing smell.
I was going to get to the hygiene of it. So, yeah, I know we mentioned before about how clean it was. Was it very clean? No?
This was like a Chinese factory in the sense that it was whitewash wall kind of feel, right?
Yeah.
Because it was not clinical, but it was clean.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So you weren't walking around, there's like dust on the floor and stuff like that. No, definitely not. Okay.
It wasn't, like Sungrow, but it's still, sort of probably middle Fox level trade handers.
Panels to get better. I mean, is there anything coming for panels, or is it just, have we just reached the point with panels where it's like, this is as good as it's going to get?
It's pretty commoditized now, isn't it?
Like, there's not really much else that we can do. Or what do you guys think?
I think commoditized is exactly the word. She kind of confirmed that point, saying every factory is the same in panels.
Exactly right.
But yeah, they'll keep on getting better power paths through.
Just about.
And there'll be other materials where you might have, say, multi-layered panels or perovskite. So it's going to do absorption on different wavelengths. This happens are pretty specific on the wavelength that they do that photovoltaic effects. So I reckon what will happen is you'll get like maybe a multi-layered cell where one layer will do one frequency, like a light frequency, and then another layer will do another light frequency. But I think we're getting close to the limits of what we could do with silicon.
Anyway.
Yeah, until we get another technological advancement, it's getting, they're
Pretty crazy, half kilowatt panels though, so not on resi. So.
Yeah, I know. Well, I remember a couple of years ago, everyone was sort of saying, when are we going to see the first
300 watt?
Like a couple of years ago, because we'd been through all that, and then a couple of years they were getting bigger and bigger, and it's like, right, when are we going to see the first 1 kilowatt panel? And it was sort of getting to that, and we seem, I won't say we stagnated, but it seems like, I don't know, what's common now? I think I'm hearing a lot of 490s are common, is that right? I don't really...
475.
475s have been around for a little while now, haven't they? Like, it seems...
Yeah.
When you start pushing the 490s, though, you're going into a commercial panel in terms of dimensions.
9 meter from there.
Yeah, it's getting, they're already 475s I can carry.
Yeah.
Like, I've picked up a 510 before and I struggled. I could not do it.
I reckon 3 or 4 years ago.
I gave up 190.
190, yeah, me too. As soon as they got over 14 kilos, I was done.
That's it.
Yeah, they were 1.6 by 800 or something. Something like that. Something.
I could carry 2, maybe. Oh no, they were probably really heavy back then.
No, they were like 14 kilos.
Yeah,
14 kilos.
It's better.
Yeah, it was.
22 now or something like that?
Yeah, about 20 or 20.
I think some are more, but yeah,
double glass, 24 kilos now.
I reckon I was inspecting. I was surprised about 3 years ago. I started seeing like 535s. They were massive.
Yeah.
They were massive.
On a resi?
Yeah, I was on a resi.
Yums.
Yeah, there's a place.
Not a bad thing to just temper people's expectation on how big a panel needs to be.
Yeah, I agree. Especially for the installer's health. Still got to get them up there. Yeah. So anything else about Canadian? Like, was it a good tour?
Yeah, really good tour.
Yeah.
And in fact, in reality, we probably appreciated the fact that we didn't have hot pot again. We could spend 2 hours in a shopping centre eating whatever we wanted to.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
So but
RPT was interesting.
Yeah, you guys mentioned that. Do you want to mention what that actually is?
So RPT is a battery cell manufacturer.
Yeah.
They're currently the 6th largest in China. And they seem to supply quite a large portion of the domestic solar battery market. So, we see brands like Forbes, maybe Solax, they do get some of their batteries from this particular manufacturer.
Yeah.
There'll be others as well. They're a pretty big player. We didn't get to see the whole process, but we got to see where essentially on two sides of the wall, we had the anode and we had the cathode. And essentially it was the application process of that anode and cathode layer before then and moved on into the jelly roll stage. We basically saw it up until where they might start cutting it up and making the jelly rolls.
Yeah, right. That's getting pretty. I reckon that's a bit too nerdy for me. I reckon.
That's getting
I reckon that's a bit. I'll nerd out to a certain extent.
That's fascinating. I watched plenty of YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And then watching it actually made, it was a penny drop moment.
That's okay.
Oh, so that's how it works.
Satisfying to watch, like actually seeing it happen. Yeah.
I mean, look, we're very nerdy about this thing. This is why we enjoy doing it and talking about it. But hopefully other people enjoy listening to it.
I think so. I think they do. Oh, what do you
Thanks.
Yeah, so you got your YouTube channel, which is still going really well. I think you happy with the way it's going? Yeah, it's really pretty cool. I love it.
I think they're awesome.
Yeah, it's really good, really good. What do we got? What do we got in store coming up? Or what's something recent that you've done that you're really proud of, or that you got a bit of interest from?
I haven't released yet because I reckon.
Well, you don't have to give us an exclusive, but feel free to if you want to.
I reckon I'm getting out of you too.
What's coming up? I don't know.
Well, there was SAJ that should get published this week.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's going to be a very interesting one, I think.
Any teasers?
Don't do a software update unless you're prepared for the consequences.
Hey.
We blew up the inverter twice while testing it, so.
Well, I think SAJ blew it up the second time.
Yeah,
Oh shit!
that's right. I think you'll probably, if you're releasing it, I'm not sure when this will get
Was that
released.
the mother-in-law? Who was that?
That was the apprentice.
The Apprentice.
Oh my god!
What year? What year's The Apprentice?
Second year now.
Second
Did you give
year.
him a pay rise as well or something? You're gonna need a new house.
You get the cheapest battery install ever. So he wasn't complaining too much. So
Yeah, that's fair.
Did it do any other damage, or was it just or was it the inverter? Did you say it was the inverter?
Yeah, the inverter.
The inverter.
Somehow there was a power surge or something that was caused by the software update. We don't quite know what happened, but something inside the inverter blew after an update was pushed by SAJ.
Did you guys look at all, or did you investigate any DNSP data and see if there was a spike in the area at the time or anything like that?
No, it was literally Yorick called and
So I'm trying to think.
the inverter went offline, and then it blew, and then so
My fault. Yeah, we looked
nothing
at
to
it.
do with that at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
The inverter went offline between 10:10 and 10:20, and my phone call was at 10:14.
Yes.
It's that pinpoint.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
All right, so be wary.
Be wary. Yeah. Oh well, you'd.
You know, it's actually scary you say that, because we're finding that a fair few sites that we're going to, we're opening them up, installing them, and then we're noticing straight away we have to do a firmware update.
Yeah, right.
So,
With SAJ or any inverter?
no, with some different brands. And so if you've got that inverter head, so Goodway in particular, we've got a few Lynxes still out there, the OG batteries, not the new ESAs, and we're finding straight away that we are having to do a software update, and it's just like
On commissioning base call.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, so you can't commission it basically. Is that right?
pretty much. And you call up support and you're like, hey, I don't know what's going through, like I can't get through to this section, blah, blah, blah. Just ring them up and say, oh, we're actually just going to push the firmware update. And it's like, yeah, I'm a bit paranoid now. So I'm like, what if that happens to me?
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of a
I think it was more of
SAJ exclusive.
Limited edition.
Exactly.
I did actually go down to Glen Innes actually last week. That was quite fun. So Catch Power, which
I heard about this. There was an event on, wasn't there?
it was their 10-year anniversary.
Yeah. That's good. I saw a bit of that on the socials.
Yeah.
Good on them. Yeah, 10 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Still going pretty strong.
Yeah, they are for sure.
Yeah. So there's obviously there's some interesting things to learn, and did a little bit of a very quick chat with Jess McPherson from A&RG.
Oh, we love Jess. She's a ripper. She's an absolute ripper.
Happy Jess.
She's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But it's just that we've got to visit their factory. It's not as big as what you would see in China, but still, made locally.
yeah.
It's a common misconception that the catch controllers made overseas. They literally make the catch power green. They make the catch control, both the 2CT and then the 6CT in Glen Innes in northern New South Wales. So
That's really cool. I didn't know that.
we should support local manufacturing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, sure. Like how? So they've got their own factory.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's not big, but they've
No.
they get the PCB boards in, but then they'll put on all the surface mount capacitors, and there'll be people there soldering on
Yeah, right.
all the components.
Humans as well.
Well, yeah. So partly machines were pick and place machines. Part of it's done by hand, and it's all employees of people who live in Glen Innes. So
That's good. Supporting the local community as well. Very important for regional areas.
and they're integrating obviously with a range of inverters, and especially for dynamic export or CSIP compliance. I think they're definitely an important player in the Australian market.
Especially in the backstop market.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. What's happening up here with CSIP and backstop and stuff? Like we're so entrenched in all our shit in Victoria, and I'm separated from it. You're talking to the Queen here, the backstop.
Anyone got a brick wall? I just don't mind that again.
Have you guys? What's any news on what's happening? Like, is it mandatory? What's it going, Queensland? Yeah, well, yeah, or CSIP.
yeah, what?
So what's going on?
Yeah. Explain CSIP. No, it's not here.
So they don't know. Like, it's not. They would know if backstop's like such a big thing. They would.
Yeah,
They
I was
would
just
know.
about to say I'd almost.
Oh, look at that.
She's a
Isn't she the best?
I love her so much.
So Ash Bryan from Percy, you just dropping over a celebrity. She's a legend.
Is there vodka?
Oh yes. Oh wow.
Oh, we love the first, and it's pink as well.
Oh, legends.
We have dynamic compatibility. Well, we have dynamic connections for Energex. That's becoming much more common, similar to CSIP
Yeah.
setup. So it's usually only required if the local transformer is getting to capacity.
Okay.
Looking at AC coupling batteries to a inverter that's like more than 5 kilowatts. So it's definitely becoming more common. It was really rare as hen's teeth before, and now it seems like maybe 1 in 10 jobs or so starting to have this requirement for dynamic compatibility.
So it's not mandatory.
It's not mandatory for every job, but yeah, it's sort of a
Energex, what do you got up here? You got Energex.
It's all the one. Isn't it all Energy Queensland? It's all
Yeah.
Energex, Ergon.
So why would they need it? They're all working together. That's why. They've got one grid that works together. This is our problem.
Is there any friction between Energex and Ergon that you guys know about? Like because no, I know that, but I mean like old school, like because it's the one organisation. But I'm sure a lot of the people came from one or the other.
Yeah.
well, I mean, Energex is just southeast Queensland and
Yeah.
it's everywhere else. So as soon as you start getting outside of Brisbane, I think it's all Ergon at that point. So we really don't deal with Ergon, at least not for our company.
The
Yeah, I think traditionally Energex have been one of the better ones to deal with.
Yep.
They have
Their
been
portal's great.
so they've been a bit of a pain in the neck, sort of in the recent years, but it's not. We don't complain as much as you guys do, I think.
So really.
It's about
Well, our EV connection rule is pretty antiquated, and I think
yeah.
Louis charter weird issues, but
Is this where are you referring to when it's what I've heard like them being locked off, circuit breaker? Is that what you're talking about?
yeah. So if you've got an EV charger that's more than 20 amps, it either has to be on a grid control device like a ripple control. So we basically send like a little pulse down the line, like for an off-peak circuit, or you have to have it dynamically connected, or you have to have it on off-peak.
Hang on, ripple control.
Yeah.
What?
It's love ripple control, so it works.
So like, I know. Isn't that what they used to use like back in the Second World War or something? It's like,
What is this? I don't even know what's.
isn't it changing the frequency? Sending it.
Frequency that they send out over the power lines to control hot water. Traditionally, so
It's really old
For
school.
EVs.
Yeah, really old school way of like controlling big loads.
Yeah.
I
So
haven't heard of that
for
one.
the rest of Australia, in Queensland, we basically have a 24-hour supply and then a controlled load where things like your off-peak would basically have a minimum of 8 hours or minimum of 18 hours, and then control loads controlled by that ripple pulse. So yeah, you actually do see the LED lights flicker. So I can usually see around about 6 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah. It's ticking in.
So with your hot water in up here, all right. But when does your hot water kick in?
it depends.
Does it? It
Control
depends. Oh, okay.
Are we doing heat pumps up here? What are we doing up here?
Yeah. No, but I'm just wondering because like there was a time in Victoria where, this is years ago, where you'd get your off peak in the middle of the night.
Yep.
And then you'd get a little boost at about 3 p.m. and that was it. But now with solar, you kind of really got to sort of flip it around because you really want your big heavy loads in the middle of the day when there's heaps of solar pumping, and even more up here because you're getting more peaks on hours than we are in Melbourne.
Yeah.
So we're very slowly getting kicking and screaming is a time of use. Which I love.
Still don't have time to use.
Yeah, we
No, we do have it now. It's coming.
Okay. It's funny.
Hey, look, I make full use of that 3-hour free window.
Yeah.
EV charging rate. So if you know how to do it, it's well worth it.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Wow.
Wow. So, Pat, I wanted to ask you about your workshop that you've been doing.
Yeah. Installer nights. Get it right. Yeah. Installer nights. Yeah. It's been great. Honestly, mate. Been really good. Yeah. We've got a couple in. We had one in Melbourne and then one in Wodonga. So we've done the regional as well as the suburban, and yeah, both really well attended, really engaged.
Who's presenting at the?
So we've made an effort to try and get a DNSP of the area.
Okay, cool.
We get the regulator as well, the electrical regulator. So at ESV at both of them. And then who else are we getting?
CER.
CER weren't able to come to Melbourne, but yeah, CER came to Wodonga. And then I've got a whole spiel on all the stuff that everyone's doing wrong.
And obviously Pat, who's been humble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Patrick Southwell.
Yeah. Thank you. It was funny at the first one. I had to put a slide up saying, "Apologies to anyone if you see your work up here." So I was able to take that slide down in Wodonga, but yeah, there was a few people in the room. Their work was up there.
But you need us to send you some photos of our work for a good example for Queensland.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, so we are coming.
How to not blow up an inverter.
Well, we are coming to Queensland. Yeah. And next ones we've got Adelaide and Perth coming up over the next sort of few weeks. We're in Adelaide in the 29th of April, and Perth, I think, 20th of. I've said it twice now. 20th of May. Hope that's right. Anyway, and then yeah, we'll be in Queensland. I think it's the 23rd. It's mid to late June. Yeah. And then we've got Sydney as well after that. So yeah, looking forward to it. I might have to talk to you guys about some recommendations for some venues.
Yeah.
So we want to capture as many people as we can. Yes.
And suppliers, you're getting them on board? Or?
Yep.
Oh, sorry, manufacturers?
Yep. Well, we've got sponsors. Yeah, sponsors are on board. So yeah, we've got Origin, Goodwe, and supply partners.
Cool.
And yeah, Franklin are sponsoring the drinks.
And it's a no uniform policy. We don't really want the
that's it.
the wholesalers and the brands. Yeah, you guys aren't coming. We don't really want the brands coming in.
No.
Pitching their product.
That's it.
Unless they're sponsoring, I think that's
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
enough.
that's it. Yeah, and we have had a few manufacturers approach us and say, like respectfully, they've said, "Are we allowed? Do you mind if we come?" And a couple of them respectfully, I said, "No, look, it's not here for you. Happy if you want to come buy a ticket, be an observer, and yeah, but if I see you selling or doing anything like that,
It's not safe.
you'll be kicked out. You'll be banned. It'll be like we'll put a photo of them on the door and all the other ones. No, it won't be like that. But the idea is it's not for the suppliers.
No, it's for installers.
It's for the installers learning about what they need to do their job right. It's very hard what they do, and that's not part of what products are being sold, because there's plenty of events around where you can learn how to install products. Or if you want to know how many containers they bloody ship, or you want to know how many countries they're in, or what if they're on the Bloomberg list and all this other bullshit.
They'll come around your place if you want that. So
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. You can go see all that.
There's a place for those.
Yeah.
For
So
those type of talks. And there's product training available to any installer or retailer.
So
if they want it.
What kicked it all off? Like, what gave you the idea? I want to do these installer nights.
I don't know. Probably just my brain just.
We weren't busy enough.
Right, yeah,
Pat loves
probably.
being busy.
Yeah, I'll start a training company. Yeah, all right.
Living in the past, wants to get back at the CEC.
In the past. Oh my god. Oh jeez. No, okay.
Glorious.
That's it, mate. I'm making a comeback. I'm winding back the clock. No, all right. So
yes, number 2.
yeah. Look, there was definitely an element of that wanting to bring back something that was really good and really popular.
Yeah.
And they were great at the CEC when we did them. They were such good events, and then they just went. And once the CEC, like it sort of went with COVID.
Yeah.
And then the CEC, dropped their accreditation. They're not administering the accreditation anymore. So basically, they stopped caring about accredited people.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what happened, and all they care about now is the products.
They still charge us though every year,
Yeah.
And I try to quit that this year.
Yeah. What's that, membership?
Membership, like we're paying $8,000 a year. I tried to stop doing that, but then our customers can't get a loan through the green loan through the Commonwealth Bank or ANZ or whatever it is, and I'm like, oh man, so we pay $8,000.
Oh, is this for?
So they don't have any TCC.
Don't you? Was that for NetCC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
No,
talking about
he's talking
NetCC, or you're talking about
NetCC.
CC.
No, NetCC. But CC are administering that.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
I mean, it's changed names. I mean, these types of programs check names all the time. Because before it was approved salt retain.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's just taken over from that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, pretty dirty. They do nothing for us. They just take our money. You know? So
Hey, they keep the products. That's really important.
yeah,
Yeah.
they could do a good job of that.
They do a good job.
Let's do it as well for one of you.
Yeah, they take a while too. At least they go.
Yeah,
Jeez, we've all just given them one in the ribs there. I think all of us.
Mark bloody paid for that fast tracking of that new product.
Oh, jeez.
It would be an MC Electrical video unless we were ruffling a few feathers. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The thing is, like, the landscape's definitely changed at the CC now. They're very much policy focused. I think that's good. That's what they should.
Policy and wind and large scale.
Yeah, but that's what they should do. They're good at it, right?
They're too big for the resis. They're just too big.
I actually ran into a couple of people at the CEC. I found out they worked there, ran into them at an event last week or whatever. And they didn't know who I was. Not that I came in and said, "Do you know who I am?" I didn't do that.
did.
No, they didn't know who I was. They're like, "Oh, I think I remember seeing your name on some old emails and stuff like that." So I've been out of there for over 5 years now. Or about 5 years, yeah. So they didn't even really know about the accreditation program.
Yeah, right.
They weren't even aware. They knew a little bit about the products, but they don't work in that area. And I'm like, geez, like how things have changed. Like to not even be aware of an accreditation program that they administered for 15 years, I think, 16 years. It's
Pretty shit.
It's really changed. But it is what it is. And yeah, maybe they'll lose the products one day. Well, who knows? Who knows?
Well, it's almost just their little. It's like their little thing to keep their finger on the pulse, isn't it?
Or finger in the pie. Yep.
Red pie. How is that? Like finger on the pulse. Yeah. Same. There is nothing else that ties them to our residential and commercial industry.
No, but they're happy
Except
to
for
put
the products.
No, but they're happy to put their hand up and say how much of a good job they're doing pushing, the battery rebate. So they're happy to just take credit for that.
If
Are
they were,
they? Yeah, right.
Yeah, you watch them. They're on their social media saying, "Oh, we advocated for this." Okay, great. Oh, and they very well may have, but us as an installation community, we don't see it.
so
We don't
if
see
the
it.
products get taken, who takes them over?
No.
SAS.
Someone who can do it. Someone who can do it in like what is it, a 4-week turnaround? That'd be.
Is that what it's supposed to be?
I don't know. Should be, shouldn't it?
Isn't it overnight?
Depends how much. No, I won't say that. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not sure who's equipped to do it. I don't know.
Smart energy would make sense.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if they want to. I don't know. But it's definitely a thorn in a lot of people's sides that they can't get their approvals through. And a lot of other people are saying, well, there's so many on the list.
And Tony, just before,
Tony.
160 more batteries will be
About to come on the
approved
list.
before 1st of June.
100.
160 batteries.
160 is not 160 different brands. It's just going to be
Model numbers?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you need a model number? Like you need a approval for every single
Yep.
battery size.
That's correct.
Yeah, you do.
Yep.
You do. So, bit of information for you. Back in 2011, now I'm not 100% sure the number, but I know I'm in the stratosphere. There's about 15,000 panels on the list.
Yeah, I heard something like that.
15,000. Look, it could be give or take a few thousand or whatever, but we're talking tens of thousands of model numbers were on that list.
That's insane.
It's insane, isn't it? Yeah, totally insane. Anyway,
Scary.
they would have made a fair bit of money off that, each application.
So is the moral to the story, choose your battery wisely? Who's going to be here in 10 years' time?
Yes, absolutely.
so.
We've been banging on that door for a long time. Choose
Or-
your battery and your installer
Yeah.
wisely.
And if you've got an industry body who are putting their hand up to do a role, choose them wisely too.
Yeah.
Let's have a think about that because we might be stuck with them for a while. Yeah.
What's your like standard MC package? Like your go-tos on panels, batteries,
So
inverters?
So it's Fronius and Tesla
Yep.
for inverters, and then BYD and Fronius
Yep.
and batteries. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
And
And
Canadian
Canadian panels, yeah.
Canadian Solar.
Do you want to share your fun fact about the Solax EV charger before? Was it Solax?
Oh yeah. Talking to Solex, and they've got a vehicle to grid. Were you talking to them about this too? And they're testing it with Tesla at the moment.
Oh, that is a fun fact.
They reckon
That is so random.
Tesla cars.
Tesla EVs, yeah.
Tesla EVs.
I thought you meant battery.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought Tesla would
partner with Solax.
Solax, really. I mean, I've got no problem with Solax, but
Yeah.
it's not really the premium.
No, you're right. No, you're right.
either, right? So
No, it's not.
it's not SHO. Did I say that?
That's right. At least they're testing it with them. It's not just going, okay, we get it to work and hope for the best on your warranty.
We're pushing firmwares left, right, and centre.
It's a real problem though with the warranty documentation for EVs and vehicle grid stuff. So some brands which will just do it straight out of the box, where the car manufacturer doesn't approve it. I reckon it's going to catch a lot of people out.
We were talking about this. If you circle back to our episode with Liam Ricketts from Supply Partners, we spoke about this. Yeah, it's a good listen. Yeah, car manufacturers are not going to warrant that.
No, that's right.
No way.
That's right. Well, I think they're going to. Oh, who knows what's going to happen? They're going to need to be more flexible, I think.
It'll be interesting.
We'll see. I think we need to get our final break before we wrap things up.
Cool.
This episode gets away from us. We talk all about a lot of stuff. Very technical.
Love it.
Yeah, so anyone who thinks like these...
I'm grabbing both your numbers. We'll circle back after this.
Anyone who thinks these podcasts are just me and Lauren getting on here just talking shit, you're right. But at least we do talk about other stuff too. We're talking about like other things.
Other things.
Oh, yeah. It's cool. It's cool.
Stuff.
All right. We'll go to our final break and we'll be right back. Hey, Bob.
Confused by battery labelling? You're not alone. It's one of the biggest causes of defects, and with the new standards, it's easy to get caught out. Our battery labelling course breaks it all down in simple, practical steps so you know exactly what's required and where every label goes. Plus, if you subscribe, you'll get access to all of our courses, from solar labelling and defects through to battery testing and more. Check it all out at southwellsolartraining.com.au and get your CPD the easy way.
All right, we are back for our last little segment. We can wrap up the show.
Been a lot of fun, this one.
It has been a lot of fun, and just to confirm as well, that Slurpee that was dropped off before actually was alcoholic. I said it as a joke, and it has been confirmed.
I could smell it. I could smell it.
It doesn't surprise me.
And I confirmed it by having a sip.
Yeah. No, it's been fun. It's been really great.
I'd influence those Percy girls. Guys. Oh, that's cool. All right, guys, want to know what your what you like? I've had you both on podcasts, and I think I've asked you similar questions at the end. Like, where are we going with this market? Is it changing? What do you think? What's the future?
And where are we going with MC? So market and MC.
Do you want to take the lead on this one?
Yeah, so I like batteries here to stay, right? I think it doesn't matter that the rebate drops, and I don't think it really matters that it's financially, it makes sense. It's just one of those things that people want to be.
100%. Yeah.
And the way that I was thinking about it, because I went with a 48 kilowatt hour stack at my place just before Christmas.
What brand?
Fronius, obviously.
Fronius.
Oh, you know what I've done? I've done 48 kilowatt hours and a 5 kilowatt inverter.
Oh, you're one of those idiots.
Did you actually do that?
Yes. Did you sell it to him? You should know better than that.
It was the advice I got. So yes.
He sent me a message like just before Christmas saying, I put it on exactly what he said, 5 kilowatt inverter, and I thought it was a joke.
This is what we're preaching not to do, people.
I've got a 10 kilowatt Primo on there as well, a 5 kilowatt Gen 24, but I'm waiting for the Verto to come out, which hopefully I'll get next month.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
But I'm still in between.
I thought maybe you did it as like a half piss take and then half like so you can test it and just go hard the whole time. Yeah.
So when you say batteries, though, you mean Fronius Reserva? Fronius, yeah, batteries, cool.
Keep on it. What do you find the Reserva? You like the Reserva?
Mixed reviews about them.
Yeah, I mean, it's not great to install, as in the cable entry in the back.
Yeah.
Even the feed adjusting, like it's kind of an annoying product to install. It's only 9 kilowatt hour stack on single phase, which we don't do too much of.
Yep.
How do they stack, like when you install them in front of each other, next to each other?
Yeah, you can do it both ways, yeah. Yep. So in my place, I've got 2 in front of each other.
Cool.
And beside each other, sort of.
I am shooketh as a Fronius fanboy that Mark is. For him to say even mildly negative things about Fronius.
He's got to give the people an honest review.
Yeah, that's right.
I can't believe you've done that, though. I'm just a bit pissed off.
What do you mean? The 5 kilowatt?
Yeah, I'm a bit annoyed about that.
Area, so I had to, yeah.
That is quite funny, actually.
Though, you probably can do a bit of a case study about this. Because as much as
that's what I thought. Maybe you
are selling it, they are definitely selling it. It's happening, right? Like we know that it's happening, but does it actually work?
Yeah, well, no, to be fair, I've got a 10 kilowatt inverter on there as well.
Yeah.
I already had a 10 on the on the wall. so it's fine.
Hang on, don't backpedal. That's not charging or discharging your battery.
Well, what I'm amazed about is that Wendy, Mark's wife, is able to fully drain that battery.
Can we fully drain the battery?
Yeah.
Oh, game on. She will be.
She manages it.
Yeah.
Hang on, you what, regularly?
No, on rainy days, as in 2 or 3 rainy days, and
right.
Anyway.
Yep.
So, yeah.
There you go.
Saying that though, it's probably okay because the weather up here, it probably would.
But you're still running air cons, are you? You're still running air cons up here?
Yeah, so I can't charge my car. Like, I have to trickle charge my car.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're on the grade.
Yeah, so it's wasted. Like, it's terrible. But I'm waiting for a Verto, you know. So,
There was a method to the madness.
See, that's the thing I've always thought is difficult when you do it, is like when you discharge, if you discharge, if your consumption is more than 5 kilowatts, it's straight off the grid.
Yeah.
You're actually using grid power, and I won't say it defeats it, but you don't want to go doing that. So you're going to be only really discharging it maybe 4, because you're not going to want to push it in case you do have to pull from the grid. So,
well, really what Mark should have done is he should have ripped it all out, put in a SIG install system, and then,
nearly, that's what I was going to, but changed my mind.
yeah.
That one's not happening.
Against Yorick's advice. So.
What do you have at your house, Derek? Do you have solar?
Yeah, so I've got Enphase and Tesla Powerwall 2. So I actually had those as well before the battery rebate was a thing. And I absolutely love them. No.
That would have hurt. That's an expensive system. That's why I'm saying that. I'm like, damn. Obviously, I was like, obviously we would have got some serious discounts, but like Enphase and Tesla, like that's going to hit the pocket.
Well, somebody blowing up my car definitely helped with that discount.
We've heard a bit about this. I remember. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not salty.
No.
About that, though. Yeah.
No, but look, I did it, and the way I saw it was partly because I wanted to do it. You know, I'm obviously very passionate about batteries, home storage, and it was also partly because I could talk about it from a first-hand experience.
Of course.
I don't regret doing it, even if I was expecting a battery rebate to come out, but for me, I think it was worth every cent.
Yep.
But yeah, no, and I have a Zappy charger. So yeah, I have everything that we no longer sell.
I was going to say that the Zappy, I remember the review you did about Zappy. Yeah. Hey, let me just ask you a question. It's half an entertaining sort of thought I've had. Like, so when you do a review with a manufacturer, you get mixed responses from them. Like, so I'm talking about when something comes out that is, because you don't necessarily do negative reviews. You just do what you think is right, okay? But when, from their point of view, it's not what their marketing brochures matches up with, so they think it's a negative. What happens to your relationship with those companies? Does it usually, like, I don't know, I'm just interested.
I said to him before, do you get a bit nervous going to the factories? Is there a target on your back?
Normally, so there's one panel manufacturer that I won't name.
Yep.
That was really weird. Turned really sour. SolarEdge turned disastrous, obviously.
Yep.
But we don't normally tear them to shreds, you know.
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't think you do either. I don't think you just get in there and just start just saying a whole lot of stuff that's, well, you definitely don't say stuff that's not true. You back it up with evidence.
Yeah.
I think some of the things you do, like, can be challenged, I think.
Of course.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Please challenge us on it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not worth saying it if it's not, there's nothing, you know.
And you also wouldn't say it if you didn't have the factual evidence behind it. Like, you've tested it, you've looked at the data, you've gone back around it. I'm sure you've done multiple different tests on it. Like, you've got every leg to stand on, really.
But we have, like, Fox, for example, is a good example that it wasn't glowing, but it was a positive review. But we said a lot of negative things about their support and stuff like that. And they said thanks to the review. Like, they were happy with the fact that we just told it like it was, I think. You know? So I think a lot of manufacturers can sort of see it.
Do many hold a grudge?
I can think of 2 that I mentioned.
Yeah, and that's still ongoing. I mean, I definitely don't want to name any names, but is there any, like, chance in the future that things will be sort of patched up? Like, I mean, obviously you guys, you're just there doing it, right? I'm sure if they gave an olive branch and said, yeah, look, you guys are right, or whatever it is, like, I'm sure you'd be, okay, cool, let's shake hands or whatever.
It's not personal for me.
That's what I'm sort of saying. Yeah. Interesting.
We definitely don't go into a video going, okay, what are all the negative things we can really say about how
Of course not. No.
It's like what we talk about. What do we find interesting? Like, what stands out to us as something that You know, like what makes it interesting for us? We just want to nerd out about it.
Yeah. And you're onto something because people want to see it. They want to know what you guys are saying because they know that you're going to find stuff that is interesting to them.
It's also coming from a trusted source.
Absolutely.
I think the thing is, if you just say all the positives, I mean, you can look at any video on YouTube and just get all the ticks and all the features, but there's not really any sort of critical analysis a lot of the time where they sort of look at, well, what doesn't it do very well? I mean, we obviously sell Phoneus, we sell Tesla, and we compare a lot to those products.
Yeah.
But that's because we know those products so well, and we know all the limitations of those brands, and we consider those really high end or very elite quality products. And
Interesting.
so
in your guys' opinion, you can answer this collectively or separately. Do you think there's a gap there in the way our industry markets products, and they don't talk about any of the negative stuff, and that hurts them further like down the track? Or do you think they should be more upfront about their shortcomings, or do they just wait for you guys to find it?
You can't expect a manufacturer like I don't go out and advertise that I don't know my apprentice had an accident or something. You don't talk about the bad things in your business. You wouldn't expect that.
well, I mean, look,
It's a hard one. I don't know.
In saying that though, like there is ways to deal with when bad things happen.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Like look how good we had their recall. On
Yeah,
their
well,
part.
that's it. So that's the thing. When they had a recall, they're out on the front foot and doing stuff about it.
Letters.
Yeah,
You're like, it was
consultation, talking to regulators.
And here's a good way to respond. Years ago, I did a negative review on Huawei.
Yeah,
And then they
remember this.
And then they asked me to go to China.
perfect. How good's that?
How good is that?
So that's a good way to get overseas trips.
Yeah, I know.
Just give a bad review and that one. Yeah. No, that's good. I remember that. I remember you said that now, and they took it on board, and they said basically thank you.
Yeah.
because the thing is, if you don't take on critical feedback, then how are you going to improve as a manufacturer as well? And we don't get everything right. We're human. We make mistakes. I mean, MC Electrical, we make mistakes, things go wrong, and it's interesting. I do sometimes talk about where things go wrong.
I was just about to say, I can see like bleeding into you.
No, but I think honesty is very key to what we do. And,
Yeah, I'm a huge believer in that.
yeah, and I think, look, we know that some of the products that we sell don't have all the latest bells and whistles. And you just have to be...
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
You know it works. It's trusted. And if something does go wrong, you're going to have that support as well.
Correct. And there are limitations with every product. Not every product's going to do everything that everybody wants it to do.
Yeah.
But in knowing where those limitations are and then be able to design around those limitations and maybe recommend an alternative product
Yeah.
because the customer has a certain requirement, I think that's important. So I don't see any reason not to talk about negatives because said nothing. There's no product on the market that does everything perfect.
Exactly right.
Unless
We're
it,
perfect, and MC Electrical is perfect.
it's
Got you back.
True. Yeah, thank you, yeah.
Someone has to in this podcast.
No, we do really good work, and I think our post-sale customer service is really where we shine. It's like if something goes wrong, we'll get it fixed. It's
We're there.
looked after.
Yeah.
and because that's reality. It's more about how does a company handle a warranty or a recall. Not so much just to say that they had the recall in the first place. And that's it. Sometimes time will tell.
Yep. Love it.
That's great.
You guys are awesome.
That's a
I
great-
think
yeah, for sure.
I reckon you've got a really, really good business here, and
Yep.
I'm sure it comes from the top down. So I think you guys have done a really good job.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that's definitely leading a lot of the industry in what you guys do. And just love your videos, love the information you're giving to everyone, and service to the industry. I love it. It's really, really good.
Doing God's work.
Yeah, I think one last comment. Mark and I often talk about who are we marketing these videos to? Is it the installer? Is it the consumer? Is it the actual manufacturer? And I think we often come down to if I was a customer, what is the information that I'd want to know?
Yeah.
And so we also try to touch on installers as well, because the thing is, we're in the industry, we want other installers like us to get that information.
Yeah. It's all about doing better, isn't it? We're not here to bring anyone down. And if an installer can learn a thing or two from your video, how good is that?
And if we make a mistake and people have comments on the videos and we learn, then that's also part of the
Yep.
process.
Bring it up.
That's amazing.
Cool.
All right, cool. I think we'll come to an end. Last comments, guys. You got anything else you want to drop in before we wrap it up?
No, I'm good, but thanks for having us here. It was fun.
No.
It's really great to meet you in person, Lauren, and it's always a pleasure as well. So
No.
can't wait for the Brisbane installer event.
Yeah, it'd be
It's
great.
going to be so fun. So we'll probably have to do another feature. Bit more of a Roman Mike situation, I think, at the installer nights, which has been quite successful.
Yeah, cool.
No, it's been great, guys. Yeah, a couple of returning guests coming back. So yeah, I think had you on season 1, Mark. You were like episode 5 or something. I think you did it. It was the first remote one we ever did. Yeah, that's
So cool.
Yeah, it was good. And then having Yorick last year. Yeah, it's come a fair way since last year, and we had Lauren on the phone. So yeah, great stuff. Love your work, guys. Thanks so much for coming
Thanks,
on,
fellas.
and thanks for all the work you're doing. And yeah, what do you reckon, Laws?
See you next year.
See you next year.
Got a couple
Yeah, we'll do it
months.
again. Yeah.
See you guys.
Great stuff. Thanks, everyone. Catch you later.
Jeff.